We're here to talk about these Shibata sext messages because we have two examples here, and I've got these all broken down for the listener. I think he did a really good job with one set of sexting, and I think he did a really poor job with his second set of sexting.
Do you give star ratings for these or no? Do you
star
go
ratings,
on?
but I'm going to tell you, this is where Shibata did a nice job. Okay, this conversation I think was excellent, and I'm going to tell you why it was excellent. I'm going to break it down for you. Shibata says, "I was so sad I couldn't get off my phone." Then Shibata says, "Have you washed your vag, Chappin Chappin?" The girl says,
"What's the Chappin Chappin part,
I don't know.
Okay, because I thought there was something there that I was missing.
I'm going to break that down. The
Okay.
girl replies, "I've washed my vag, Chappin Chappin." Now, the word is Chappin with a little exclamation point after the end. Now, here's what I think Chappin Chappin is, okay? And Chappin Chappin is sweeping wrestling Twitter. I mean, everyone loves the Chappin Chappin. I think it's just one of those cutesy things between a couple that nobody knows what it means except for them. You know what I mean? Like, every couple has that kind of thing. Like, think of you and the nurse. I don't know what your little cutesy thing is that maybe you say to each other when you're having sex or when you're...
Mostly about how much we hate each other, but
maybe she says, Rich, give me your little German soldier, whatever the case may be. Okay? You know, it's I don't know.
I don't recall that, but I'll listen more intently next time.
But every couple has
it's a little German soldier.
I don't know. I just thought of that off the top of my head.
Good God.
It's like maybe she calls your gimmick the little German soldier. I don't know. But it's like,
I don't think that would help. I feel like that wouldn't help things. Is that really going to? I think it would become a little German soldier after
maybe.
that.
I don't know. I just
if she told me that, I think it would become a little German soldier.
All right. So I'll continue on with the Chappin Chappin conversation. Shibata says, "Have you washed your vag, Chappin Chappin?" And she says, "I've washed my vag, Chappin Chappin." And then Shibata says, "Good to hear." Then the girl says, "I want to do Chappin with you right now." And then Shibata says, "Same here." And then the girl says, "I want to fuck." And then Shibata comes back with Chappin Fuckin. That's a tremendous conversation. I mean, what a man this guy is. He makes sure the vag is clean. He's got her all fired up. And then he hits her off with the Chappin Fuckin at the end.
Yeah, Chappin Fuckin.
It's Chappin with the X with the apostrophe after the end.
Yeah, not chapping, Chappin.
And it's not fucking, it's fucking with the apostrophe. Yep. He says Chappin Fuckin.
The subtlety that he brings into the ring, he brings into sexting too.
Listen, that was tremendous sexting. He got all the information he needed. He made sure she was clean. She made it clear that she's ready to go. And he made a little funny at the end when he said Chappin Fuckin. Let me tell you something, Rich. I cannot wait to text a girl Chappin Fuckin. I'm waiting for the opportunity
to try it out.
Absolutely, I can't.
Don't use it with someone good though. It could turn bad. So don't use it for our lovely Brissa or whatever. Use it for someone else.
No. Brissa, I'm taking somewhat seriously.
Yeah, Ashley and Brissa, no, they're off limits. But one of your random Tinder, you could throw a Chappin Fuckin into one of them.
Once I know that,
if that's not your actual username on Tinder in like the next 10 minutes,
here's what I promise you I'm going to do. Okay, the next time I seal a deal on a CD Tinder hookup, I'm gonna send to them Chappin Fuckin with an exclamation point.
And then you're gonna be watching Noah the rest of the night.
This is once the deal is sealed, okay? And then I'm gonna screenshot it for you so we can show it to the match.
So is this when you mean deal sealed, as in she's came over or she's coming over?
We've decided that we're gonna fuck and it's happening and someone's heading to the other person's house.
Okay, but you don't feel like Chappin Fuckin's going to cause that maybe to go away?
No, I'm going to put Chappin Fuckin with an exclamation point. They're probably not going to know what the fuck that means. But see, I'm zany enough where I can get away with that. Because then if they're like, huh? I can just be like, I'll be, don't worry about me. I'll think
I'm taking a shower. I'm going to take a shower. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. I got to throw in a Chappin Fuckin. Okay, so that's good Shibata sexting. I think he did a great job there. He hit off on all the key points. He did a tremendous job. This is bad Shibata. I have an example of bad Shibata sexting. And Rich, this series of sext, have you ever seen To Catch a Predator?
I have, yes.
With Chris Hansen.
Yep, of course.
I think everyone has seen To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen. This example of sexting reminded me of To Catch a Predator. I want you to picture...
The Rob Feinstein episode is my favorite.
I want you to picture in your mind's eye an episode of To Catch a Predator. And you know that scene where they show the outside of the house and they show the car pulling up?
Yeah.
And you hear Chris Hansen's voice, and he's doing the setup for the next guy to come in the house. Well, picture a car pulling up, and Chris Hansen saying, "This was Katsuyori 37 years old, and then he steps out of the car, and then there's like that freeze frame, right? They showed a freeze frame of Katsuyori stepping out of the car, and then what they always do in To Catch a Predator, the next thing they put on the screen is an overlay of the chat that he had with the decoy, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Chris Hansen will read like the perps part of the chat, and like the cartoonish decoy voice will read the female part of the chat. Well, Rich, I'm going to do that for you today. And I'm going to read you this series of sexting messages that he sent back and forth in the style of To Catch a Predator. Now, I want you to have in your mind Katsuyori, age 37, stepping out of his car,
Got it.
the front door. And this is Chris Hansen will be reading the Shibata part of these sexts. And then the cartoonish female voice will be the mistress. Are you ready, Rich? I have no doubt you'll please me quite well. I like being a little rough with your mouth. How so? Like if you're going down on me, what I described, slow and deep and kind of rough, so my dick chokes you a little. Sounds hot. I think I'm close. Good. Room 605. Now you see, Rich, that was terrible sexting by Shibata, and it read way too close to Catch a Predator. That if you would have...
See, I don't think that was Shibata, though, was it?
That was Shibata.
I thought that was Seth Rollins. I think that's Seth Rollins' old sex.
Well, then make it Seth 29 stepping out of the car outside the house. That's awful.
I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive that I know that quote. I believe that's Seth. I'm going to put it in my Google machine right now, which unfortunately... let me do an incognito window here. One second.
Have I badly mislabeled Shibata here?
I think you might have. Let me confirm this though before. Let me confirm it. Okay, so I'll just do the like if you're going down on me. That's probably not going to do anything. What I described, slow and deep. All right. Ah, man, that did not give me what I wanted. Okay, that was a lot of...
Hold on a second. Are you telling me Seth Rollins actually typed the following words? I have no doubt you'll please me quite well. He actually, Seth Rollins said that?
Let me see. I have no doubt you'll please me quite well. You don't use the proper grammar there, Chief. It's like
Seth Rollins said, I could see Shibata saying that.
All right, here we go. So... man, the search.
Holy shit!
This comes from...
you know what, Rich? You're right.
Yeah,
I screwed it up. That is Seth.
Yeah, I ran around this. Okay, yeah, here we go. So I ran across this Facebook post claiming that Seth is at it again with risque photos, and then, someone actually mentions that his sexting it leaves a lot to be desired. So
that is awful sexting. So I have to apologize to Shibata. Shibata is a tremendous sexter. Seth Rollins is the fucking worst. He sex like a To Catch a Predator creep. That's how he sex.
Yeah, I have no doubt you'll please me quite well. I mean, you make fun of my sex talk like that. I wouldn't say that. Like, I think you got mad when I said sexy the other day.
The only thing I could think of when I was reading this, these Seth Rollins was it read like To Catch a Predator. He's awful. This is a relatively young man. How old is he? 30?
Oh, if that even.
Why is he sexting like this? Shibata's was excellent. The Chappin Fuckin at the end was just a tremendous line. I mean, you can't top the Chappin Fuckin line at the end of that. After all that Chappin Chappin talk. It's top-notch stuff. It's no wonder that he had this woman on lockdown for 2 years.
Yeah, I was actually upset. I thought you were going to rail on his this one that he. So this is Shibata. Yeah. I'm going to see your vag. I have not seen it since I came here. Your vag was kind of wetting. Smiley face. Wedding. Girl, because your gaze turns me on. Smiley face. Girl, I'm in my period now, so I can't send mine. Frowny face. Shibata, too bad to hear that, but I understand your situation.
I will say this about Shibata, and something that did let me down when it comes to Shibata, and this was a little depressing. I didn't peg him for an emoji guy. Did you think Shibata was an emoji guy? I didn't think he'd be an emoji guy. Doesn't he seem like a no-nonsense kind of dude?
Yeah, but I think the people that do that are the most kind of playful he's shy, you know what I mean? I don't know if I come across as an emoji guy, but I am.
I pictured... you're an emoji guy. I pictured him as like a no-nonsense, proper Japanese, punctuation, everything spelled right, and I figured he'd be the kind of guy who wouldn't even know how to get to the emojis on the phone, like wouldn't even know where they are. Like I don't.
Well, that's Don Fuji's Sext.
Yes, Don Fuji is not an emoji.
I am coming over. Bye.
Yes.
Let us have sex. Bye.
Like Rich, I don't even know how to find the emojis on my phone. Like I've never sent an emoji in my life. Like I figured Shibata would be a no emoji guy. I didn't peg him for an emoji guy, but then again, I didn't picture him to be a Chappin Fuckin guy either. He's got a little wry sense of humor to Shibata. He's a smooth player to Shibata. You know what I mean? I didn't think he'd be that kind of guy. I also thought he'd be like just like a straight missionary kind of guy, but I don't know. I think Shibata's having some kinky sex. What are we doing here? How did we?
Yeah, I don't know.
How did we end up in this place? But here's the thing: this isn't our fault. This is the news.
Yeah, we got to talk news.
This was handed to us. Now, Don Fuji, you're absolutely right. I don't think Don Fuji's an emoji guy at all.
Right. I want to fuck. Do you want to fuck? Okay, bye.
Right. He just wants to get down to business. You know what I mean? And he just
get his 3 minutes in and out, and then he's going to sit down and smoke. You know what I mean? Like, let's get it over with. He doesn't even take pleasure in it anymore. It's just a necessity for Don Fuji.
So this is my public apology to Shibata.
Jeez, man.
I buried him for awful Seth Rollins sexting. This is bad sexting by Seth.
You thought a guy that would be that good could also be that bad?
Yes. I was confused because you know what I thought? I thought like the Seth Rollins example would be like typical Shibata sexting because this is how I'd picture him sexting. But it turns out that it's Seth Rollins. I'm very disappointed in Seth Rollins sexting.
I think
really
yeah. I think you personally have to apologize to Katsuyori Shibata next time you see him.
I think I might. I think
you handed $20 to Tomohiro Ishii, and then you apologize to Katsuyori Shibata.
I think I need to hand $20 to Katsuyori Shibata.
Yeah, and apologize for his bad for besmirching his sexting.
I'm gonna say, sir, I besmirched your sexting, and the Chappin Fuckin line was top notch, and here's a crisp $20 bill. I think he deserves that. Do you think Okada tells that cute little television reporter Chappin Fuckin?
I feel like, I don't know
either. I mean that.
Oh, God. Chappin Fuckin. See, so you're convinced that that's just like some playful thing between them,
I think it's a cutesy thing with the couple. Yeah, I don't think it means anything to anyone except those two people.
Yeah, because if you type in Chappin Fuckin on Google, the Hulkamat tweet, a longtime listener, comes up, and that's it.
Well, see, Chappin Fuckin was the final kicker. Like.
Yeah.
They kept saying Chappin Chappin during the conversation. He says, "Have you washed your vag, Chappin Chappin?" And she says, I've washed my vag, Chappin Chappin." Then she says, "I want to do Chappin right now." And then that's when he says, "Chappin Fuckin." So I think it's just it's a.
Is that a noise? I wonder if that's a noise.
I bet you it came from a noise. Yes, because he's probably
maybe she is a squirter. Maybe she is.
There you go. He's probably like, "Have you washed your vag?" And Chappin Chappin's like the noise her vag makes, maybe.
Yeah. And then what are we doing? I'm editing all
she's
this
like,
out. None of this.
No,
is
and then he's like, "I want to do," and then she's like, "I want to do Chappin with you." Like maybe he like makes fun of her because that's the noise it makes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think we're on to something. I think that's what Chappin Chappin.